Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a technical analysis of ELIQQ, a stock trading on the OTC market, using the latest data up to May 30th, 2025. This analysis is based on a detailed dataset packed with price action, volume, and a range of technical indicators. Let's break down the key insights to understand where ELIQQ stands and what the charts might be telling us about its potential moves. As always, this is for educational purposes, so let's get started with the numbers and see what the market is signaling. ELIQQ has been a volatile stock, characteristic of low-priced OTC securities. Looking at the daily closing prices from June 2024 to May 2025, we see prices fluctuating between a low of 0.0001 and a high of 0.015, with most activity hovering around 0.005 to 0.01. This tight range reflects the stock's low liquidity and speculative nature, often driven by sporadic trading volume. Volume spikes are notable, reaching as high as 313,260 shares on July 11, 2024, but often dropping to just 100 shares on quieter days, like May 27, 2025. These swings suggest bursts of interest followed by periods of dormancy, typical for a stock like ELIQQ, which is tied to a company with a troubled financial history. Let's start with the moving averages to gauge the trend. The 5-day simple moving average, or SMA, smooths out short-term price action and shows a gradual decline from 0.012 in early May 2025 to 0.008 by late May. The 20-day SMA, which captures a broader trend, also trends downward, moving from 0.0245 in early May to 0.0095 by May 30th. The exponential moving averages, or EMAs, which give more weight to recent prices, tell a similar story. The 10-day EMA drops from 0.0218 to 0.0091, and the 20-day EMA falls from 0.0229 to 0.0112 over the same period. This consistent downward tilt across both SMAs and EMAs points to a bearish trend, with no strong reversal signals in the moving averages yet. Diving into momentum indicators, the Relative Strength Index, or RSI, calculated over 14 days, provides insight into overbought or oversold conditions. The RSI fluctuates between 36.46 and 57.20 for most of the period, but by May 30th, it sits at 48.42. Right in the neutral zone. This suggests neither overbought nor oversold conditions, indicating a lack of strong momentum in either direction. However, the RSI did dip to 44.96 on May 20, 2025, during a sharp price drop to 0.0001, hinting at temporary selling pressure that quickly stabilized. The Williams %R, another momentum indicator, shows more volatility, hitting -100 multiple times, like on July 10th and May 15th, signaling oversold conditions during those price dips. By May 30th, it's at -10.1, suggesting a slight bullish tilt but nothing conclusive. The MACD, or Moving Average Convergence Divergence, helps us spot changes in trend strength. On May 30th, the MACD line is at -0.0028, with the signal line at -0.0031. Producing a positive histogram of 0.0003. This slight bullish crossover indicates a potential weakening of the bearish momentum, but it's too early to call it a trend reversal. Earlier in the data, like on July 15, 2024, the MACD histogram was deeply negative at -0.0021, aligning with the price drop to 0.0013, reinforcing the bearish phase. The recent narrowing of the MACD gap suggests the stock may be consolidating, but we'd need a stronger crossover to confirm any bullish shift. Bollinger Bands give us a sense of volatility and price boundaries. The middle band, a 20-day SMA, is at 0.00896 on May 30th, with the upper band at 0.01488 and the lower band at 0.00304. ELIQQ's closing price of 0.009 is close to the middle band, indicating it's trading within its normal volatility range. Earlier spikes, like on July 23, 2024, when the price hit 0.015, pushed close to the upper band, signaling overextension. The bands have contracted slightly in May 2025, suggesting lower volatility, which often precedes a breakout. Whether that breakout is bullish or bearish depends on other signals aligning. The parabolic SAR, which tracks potential reversal points, is at 0.1294 on May 30th, far above the closing price of 0.009. This large gap indicates a strong bearish trend, as the SAR remains above the price, suggesting no immediate reversal. On days like July 19, 2024, when the SAR was closer to the price at 0.0015, we saw brief stabilization before another drop. The current SAR position reinforces the bearish outlook unless the price breaks above it. Volume-based indicators like the on-balance volume, or OBV, show cumulative buying and selling pressure. The OBV drops significantly from 171,102 on June 20, 2024, to minus 571,854 by May 30, 2025, reflecting consistent selling pressure. However, small upticks in OBV, like on May 15 when it rose by 24,310, align with volume spikes and brief price recoveries. The Chaikin oscillator, which measures money flow, is negative at minus 8,386 on May 30, further confirming weak buying interest. These indicators suggest that any price upticks are likely driven by short-term speculation rather than sustained demand. The average directional index, or ADX, measures trend strength over 14 days. At 14.13 on May 30, the ADX is low, indicating a weak trend. This aligns with the sideways price action in late May, where ELIQQ struggles to establish a clear direction. Earlier, on July 12, 2024, the ADX peaked at 68.35 during a volatile period, showing a strong bearish trend. The current low ADX suggests the stock is in a consolidation phase, potentially awaiting a catalyst. Finally, let's look at the stochastic oscillator and ultimate oscillator for additional clues. The 15-day stochastic %K is at 97.98 on May 30, with %D at 73.59, indicating the stock is nearing overbought territory in the short term. This could signal a potential pullback if buying momentum fades. The ultimate oscillator, which blends short, medium, and long-term momentum, is at 60.95, reflecting moderate bullishness but not enough to confirm a strong uptrend. These oscillators suggest cautious optimism, but the broader bearish signals from moving averages and SAR temper any bullish expectations. So, what's the big picture for ELIQQ? The stock remains in a bearish trend, driven by its low liquidity and speculative nature. The moving averages and parabolic SAR confirm ongoing downward pressure, while the max slight bullish signal and neutral RSI _03 hint at possible consolidation. Volume remains a weak point, with selling pressure dominating. The low ADX and contracting Bollinger Bands suggest the stock is coiling for a move, but without a significant catalyst, perhaps news on the company's status or broader market shifts. It's likely to stay range-bound between 0.005 and 0.009. Short-term traders might watch for a stochastic pullback or a MACD crossover, but the risk is high given the stock's volatility and OTC status. That wraps up our technical analysis of ELIQQ. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give the video a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more market updates. Drop your thoughts on ELIQQ in the comments below, and let me know which stock you'd like me to analyze next. As always, trade wisely and do your own research. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.